Hello, hello. Welcome to Reading Time. My name's Time, and this week we're reading The Famous Five by Enid Blyton. Let's get to reading. The Famous Five by Enid Blyton is a children's book series about five individuals: Julian, Dick, Anne, George, and Tim. Now, I actually only read the first book of this series for this challenge, even though I do have the first three books in this collection here. But I do think that I will likely read the other ones that I have later on. All in all, it's a 21-book series, and the first book is called Five on a Treasure Island. In this first book, Julian, Dick, and Anne, who are siblings, go on holiday to visit their cousin Georgiana, who goes by George. Initially, George is not interested in having her cousins over. She has not met or interacted with them before and is usually a solitary child. However, she soon warms up to them and takes them to an island that is hers. Really, it's her mother's. Her mother's family owns the island, but it has a castle on it that's broken down and has been for ages, and they can't get anyone to buy it, so the mother gave it to George. George also reveals that she has a dog that a neighbor friend is taking care of named Tim. The five adventurers explore the island and soon discover that the stories of buried treasure may actually be true. Overall, I'm going to give this book a 5-star rating, and if the rest of the series is pretty similar to this initial book, I would also give the series as a whole 5 stars, but I'll have to read further before I can really attribute that to the series as a whole. There is some content to be aware of in the book. There are some bad guys in the book, and they do threaten the children with guns at one point and lock a couple of the children up in an underground dungeon area. They do leave the children with food and water, but there is still that hint of violence and scariness of the situation. Reading level wise, this could easily go into a 3rd to 6th grade reading level. The children in the book are about that age range, and the adventures therein would be exciting for that age range as well. Now, I really enjoyed this book. It reminded me a lot of The Boxcar Children, which is a series that I really enjoyed when I was younger. The combination of figuring out mysteries and having adventures with sometimes pretty high stakes is really appealing and something that I remember really enjoying as a child. Series that continue this premise are a great way to introduce children and students who are interested in these types of genres into not just standalone books, but series as a whole. And when you work with series, you can look further at character development over the course of the books. And you can point out and notice if there are any reoccurring themes or reoccurring ideas or symbols, which is not always something that you can do as much with a standalone book as you can with a series. For the poster square for this week, we are right here with a rowboat. That rowboat likely represents the one that the children take to get to the island. Let me know what you think of The Famous Five in the comments below, if this is a series that you have read, and what you thought of the series as a whole if you've read more than the first book. Feel free to also give me book recommendations or just comment anything else. If you're not already, feel free to subscribe to the channel and follow me on Facebook or Instagram for updates about what I'm reading. And as always, hello, please excuse the interruption of this video. This is just a quick announcement and update that videos will be resuming starting this week, hopefully on a weekly basis. If you have not noticed, it has been quite some time since I last posted my last video. Thank you to those of you who did notice and reached out and asked me when the next video would come. I appreciate your patience and understanding and encouragement as the last few months have just been a difficult time period. And I'm finally to a point where I have figured things out and can balance in reading and making videos again. Now, in order to do this, I did end up not reading the next book I had planned because I just could not get my way through it. Work had started up for me, and honestly, I was just really not enjoying the book. So I have decided to do a reset. I've rearranged my reading schedule and plan a little bit. So this whole challenge will be longer than I was initially anticipating. But I think that this reset will be good and will get me back into a place where I can create these videos and get back into a space of reading regularly. Once again, thank you so much for your patience and for your encouragement. It really does mean a lot. Now, as always, have a marvelous week and a wonderful read.